Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the online class of Biology for Engineers. In our previous online session, we have seen the topics related to Unit 4, Human Diseases. We have talked about the antigens and antibodies and the immune response generated by our immune system. And in our today's online session, we'll finish off this Unit 4. The last topic which is remaining in this unit is the disease AIDS or HIV. So in our today's online session, we'll finish off this Unit 4 and we'll start with Unit 5. The last unit which is remaining is Biology and its industrial application. So coming to this disease AIDS. So HIV virus is nothing but human immunodeficiency virus, is a virus that is causing a medical condition called acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, and this is belonging to a subset of viruses called retroviruses, and this virus is transmitted from one person to another through the body fluids or through the blood or through the milk of the infected mothers, including the other body fluids, and the amniotic fluid surrounding an unborn child from an infected mother. So HIV is a spherical envelope virus. It contains two identical copies of single-stranded RNA genome. It's a single-stranded RNA genome virus. So viral genome is RNA and it is having an enzyme called reverse transcriptase. Enzyme is present in the HIV virus associated with AIDS, nothing but acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Main causes of this disease is sexual contact, then parental transmission during blood transfusions. Usage of the contaminated needles will lead to parental transmission of this virus from one person to another, and even transmission from the infected mother to the fetus during lactation, from the infected mothers to the babies via the milk, are the causes related to this disease. Then coming to the symptoms, individuals suffering with this disease may not show any symptoms initially, but in severe cases there may be rapid weight loss, severe night sweats, fever, fatigue, tiredness, swelling of the lymph glands, diarrhea, sores in the mouth and the genital areas. Next we have is diagnosis. Blood sample of the infected person is collected to detect the HIV virus, human immunodeficiency virus. Then blood tests are done to diagnose or detect the presence of this HIV virus in the white blood cells. Infected will have this HIV virus in the white blood cells. So the presence of this virus is seen by the help of the blood test. The virus is causing this acquired immunodeficiency syndrome disease. In this blood test, antibodies to this virus HIV will be present in the blood of infected person. Then people will be exposed to the virus should get tested immediately. So these tests are done to detect the HIV infection in the blood sample of the person suffering with this AIDS disease. Treatment: there is no cure for HIV or AIDS, but many different drugs are available to control the virus. And this usage of drugs to control the virus, this treatment we are calling it as ART therapy or antiretroviral therapy. This class of drugs will block the virus from getting infected to other persons. Then we have prevention. Preventive measures for protection against this HIV and AIDS, as there is no vaccine to prevent this HIV infection and there is no cure for AIDS. But by educating people about the HIV or AIDS can prevent the new infections. Education, providing people with information regarding HIV and its mode of transmission and how to protect themselves from becoming infected with this HIV virus. Prevention of HIV transmission from mother to child should be done by some antiretroviral drugs. Then prevention of HIV transmission through blood transfusions should be minimized by some medical procedures like heat treating techniques, screening donated bloods for evidence of blood-borne agents like HIV, sterile syringes or other injecting equipments should be used for prevention of this HIV transmission from one person to other person. So this is about the prevention of HIV or AIDS. Then we have the last disease in this unit 4 is hepatitis. Hepatitis is defined here as infection to liver. Liver infection is nothing but a disease called hepatitis, which results in damage of the hepatocytes, the cells in the liver, inflammation of liver, and followed by the death. So hepatitis is defined as the inflammation or infection to liver which results in damage to the hepatocytes, the cells in the liver. We have some different types of hepatitis. The first one is hepatitis A virus, then we have hepatitis B virus, then we have hepatitis C. We were discussing about the types of hepatitis. Hepatitis disease is infection to liver. So this is about the definition of hepatitis and the different types of hepatitis virus: HAV, HBV and HCV. So viral infection, viral hepatitis is the term we are using to describe the infection of the liver which is caused by this hepatitis A virus, HAV, and hepatitis B virus, HBV, and hepatitis C virus, HCV. This is hepatitis A virus is belonging to picornavirus family. Hepatitis B virus is belonging to Hepadnaviridae family. And hepatitis C virus is belonging to Flaviviridae family. So next we have is causes of hepatitis. Causes of hepatitis A is, it's a liver disease. It is caused by a virus, that is hepatitis A virus. The virus, how it is spreading? From one person to other, from an uninfected person to an infected person. How the person is becoming infected is when the person injects food or water that is contaminated with the feces of an infected person. So it is spreading through the feces, through the contamination of the feces of an infected person. The virus is entering into an uninfected person or unvaccinated persons. So we should take the vaccines of this hepatitis A virus to protect our body from this deadly disease, that is hepatitis A. Then we have hepatitis B infection. It is also caused by hepatitis B virus. Then how the virus is passed from person to person is through the blood transfusions or through the semen or other body fluids. The virus is spreading from an uninfected person to an uninfected person. Hepatitis C is also infection of the liver or inflammation of the liver due to a viral infection. The person will contact this hepatitis C virus by coming into contact with infectious fluids or secretions from someone else who is already infected with hepatitis C virus. So all these are the modes of transmission of virus from one person to another. Then we have symptoms related to hepatitis A. The symptoms will appear after 2 to 8 weeks of infection. Symptoms include fatigue, sudden nausea and vomitings, abdominal pain, discomfort, especially on the upper right side beneath your lower ribs by your liver, and clay colored bowel movements, loss of appetite, fever, low grade fever, dark urine, joint pains. Jaundice may also be seen after few days in this patient suffering with this hepatitis or liver failure disease. Next we have is the symptoms related to the hepatitis B. The most common symptoms of this hepatitis B include the jaundice. Your skin or the eyes will turn yellow in the eyes, the white part will become yellow. Fever, fatigue that is persisting for weeks or months, stomach trouble like loss of appetite, nausea, vomitings, belly pain. All these are the symptoms related to the patient who is suffering with hepatitis B, most common symptoms. Next we have symptoms related to hepatitis C. Symptoms of hepatitis C. The patient will be feeling very tired, sore muscles, joint pain, fever, nausea, stomach pain, itchy skin, dark urine. All these are the common symptoms related to the hepatitis C liver infection. Then we have here is after symptoms of hepatitis C, we have diagnosis or the test done to detect the presence of the hepatitis disease. Demonstration of virus is done for detecting the presence of the hepatitis A virus. Detection of antibodies is also done to see the presence of the hepatitis A virus. Biochemical tests are done to detect the presence of this hepatitis A. Then for hepatitis B, tests are done related to diagnosis of this hepatitis B. Blood tests are done to detect the hepatitis B virus in your body. Then blood sample is collected and blood test is performed to see whether this virus is present in the blood sample. Then for hepatitis C, HCV antibody testing is done to diagnose this hepatitis C with an antibody test. Antibodies to this hepatitis C virus can be detected in the blood within 2 or 3 months after the virus will enter the body. So in the blood, antibodies against this hepatitis C virus can be detected after 2 to 3 months after the entry of virus into the body. This is about the diagnosis or the test performed to detect the presence of the hepatitis virus in the blood, in the bodies of the infected persons. Then we have treatment. There is no specific treatment for this hepatitis A till date. Patients suffering with this should get immunization or vaccination. It is the only means of prevention or treatment related to this hepatitis A, as the treatment is symptomatic. No specific antiviral therapy is available. For hepatitis B also, no specific treatment plans are available. Only the supportive measures should be taken to prevent this disease. Some interferons. Interferons are the first drugs. Interferons are the first drugs we are using to treat this hepatitis B disease. They will prevent the entry of virus into the host DNA So interferons, first drugs, it can be used in combination with other antiviral agents like lamivudine, telbudine, entecavir. All these drugs are useful or beneficial in treating this hepatitis cases. Then for hepatitis C, treatment with the interferons alpha, the drugs used alone or in combination with antiviral agents such as ribavirin is found to be useful in the cases of hepatitis C virus. So prevention, coming to the prevention of this hepatitis. For hepatitis A, wash your hands thoroughly after using the restrooms. When you come in contact with this infected person's blood, stools or other body fluids, avoid unclean food and water. So as this hepatitis A virus is entering from one person to other through the body fluids. For hepatitis B infection can be prevented by getting vaccine. Vaccination, immunization should be done to get protection against this virus, hepatitis B virus, HBIG, hepatitis B immune globulins. Soon after coming into contact with the virus should be taken as the vaccine. Then for hepatitis C, unfortunately there is no vaccine to prevent this hepatitis C also. To reduce your risk of getting hepatitis C, injection drug used here is most common way people get this hepatitis C. So avoid injecting drugs to reduce your risk. Sterile injections, reusing of this injection should be avoided to get protection against this hepatitis C virus. So that's all for our today's session related to Unit 4. We have finished Unit 4, Human Diseases, and in our next class we'll start with Unit 5, Biology and its Industrial Application. This is the last unit which is remaining, and we'll finish off the last unit, Unit 5. So thank you, students.